Alright guys, how the heck are you? I am Fastidious, welcome back to the channel, and we're covering a game today that is not Watcher of Realms. So I'm going to be pretty to the point here, keep it fairly short and fairly sweet, but honestly, I just think too many people are sleeping on Etheria Restart, so let's hop right in. I've been playing Etheria Restart since before global launch, aka the open beta was when I hopped on. That was in like the beginning of May, I want to say, maybe the end of April. And I played for a couple weeks till that ended, fell in love with the game, and then when I had the opportunity to be sponsored by the game and play it as kind of a full-time game, I jumped on that right before global launch. So I've been playing now for nearly 90 days. Today is day 86. I don't know if I can show you that. Here we go. Found it in my achievements. You can see login for 90 days. It is day 86. I've not missed a single day since this game launched globally on June the 5th of this summer. And I really do still love it. That being said, I'm full free to play in this game and not Watcher of Realms free to play where I get tons and tons of premium resources as a content creator reward. I'm 100% full free to play. And while the game has been definitely very free to play friendly from the get-go, where I am at now, like 2.5 months in, almost 3 months into the game, I've really had my eyes opened to exactly how free to play this game is. Of course, if you want to be the tippy top of PvP, it's going to be pretty hard free to play. But if you just want to succeed in PvP, you absolutely can do that free to play. But for a lot of us, especially people that love Watcher of Realms like me, and probably most of you, you do play these games just to build out your roster and collect. And that's what I've really had my eyes opened to over like the past 4 to 5 weeks playing this game. Because once you settle into what I'll call like the definitive mid game, maybe it's approaching the late end game portion because you're maxing out a lot of PvE content. I don't think you could ever call yourself like properly late or end game until you're skyrocketing through arena stuff, focusing on PvP and diving deep there. But PvE-wise, I definitely have beaten nearly everything. And now that I've done that, and now that I can clear some of like the many weeks-long pieces of content, the monthly content, the rewards are thrown at you. And it's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, actually, if we go to the challenges here, you'll see right after I film this video, I'm going to hop in here for Ember Trek, and I'm going to get this done. This is a monthly challenge. I'm cutting it far too close with only about 3 hours. But hey, we'll see what I can't pull off. And content like this gives so many rewards. When you start playing as a free-to-play because you're not buying stuff, you can't get proper rewards from this or for Ethernet Rally or for a lot of things in general. Not that you're not getting any rewards, you certainly are, but you don't feel like you're having enough to summon all the time. When you first start, the first couple weeks, they just throw stuff at you, as they do in any of these games, and you're going to summon a lot, but then you're going to find yourself picking and choosing between banners. However, what's so incredible is very quickly you find yourself not picking and choosing. So if we look now, they have an incredibly player-friendly system, the most player-friendly system for summoning I have ever seen in a gacha game. And that's because they're on a very strict 3-week cycle. So there are 2 kinds of banners in this game. We have our light-dark affinity banners and our non-light-dark banners. So if you're not used to games with an affinity system, just think of Pokemon, how like fire beats grass, grass beats water, water beats fire. You have that kind of system in this game where red is strong against green, green is strong against blue, blue is strong against red. If you're curious, red is reason, blue is odd, green is hollow. But on top of that, we have our neutral, rarer affinities, and those in this game are called Disorder and Constant, or you might be used to them in other games being called Dark and Light, or very often Light and Dark, just Dark and Light respectively, because Disorder is dark and Constant is light. But with light-dark units, LD units, as I'm going to call them, they're kind of like the units you would get from Ancient Summoning in Watcher of Realms, or from your Void Shards in Raid Shadow Legends. So if we look here at these purple prototypes, the anima prototypes, the pinkish purple ones, these are like your normal summons. You can also use the premium currency. So similar to diamonds in Watcher of Realms, we have Hydra Crystals. But then, this is the permanent light-dark banner. We have these Apex prototypes, these gold ones. And these can be really hard to come by. However, because they have this very strict 3-week on, 3-week off system, and eventually you're going to reach a point, even as a pure 100% free-to-play, that you have a pretty good influx of resources, you can really hit on these banners. And not just sometimes if you're lucky. I mean always. So let's zoom out. When I started playing on global launch, the first ever limited banner, they didn't run 2 at a time. Now they've been running 2 at a time. You can see we have Nymphoniel and Batsby, but it was just Freya. And she's an incredibly, incredibly good animus or hero in this game. And you need 80 summons to guarantee that unit. Just 80 summons. Yes, like I said, after those first couple weeks, 80 summons is going to feel like a lot, but very quickly it will not. You do not have any kind of progressive mercy kicking in, but you are hard guaranteed at 80. So if you think of your limited banners in Watch of Realms with 200 summons, it's the same thing here, but it's 80. We do have a progressive rate up system with the permanent banner and the X-Street banner. This is the permanent normal banner, and this is the permanent light dark banner. And with these banners, you're hard guaranteed at 80 as well, but you will never make it there because starting at 50, your odds are increasing more and more and more and more. But I want to focus on these limited banners because what they do is they started with Freya. She was 80 summons. We also had a light dark limited at that time named Messiah. So those were our first 2 rate ups. But very quickly, those were kind of the opening banners. We started settling into this pattern. And the pattern is you have 3 weeks of non-light dark banners, so red, green, blue banners. Right now, like I said, we have Nymphoniel and we have Batsby. You have 3 weeks these are live. They're live for 21 days. And then after that, you have 3 weeks of a singular character that is light dark. And that will last a full 3 weeks. This means you get a new set of non-light dark banners every 6 weeks, every month and a half. And I will tell you, you will easily save 160 summons every 6 weeks, and you were guaranteed at 80 on each one of these banners to hit the banner unit. Moreover, you can't not pull the banner unit. The only legendary, in this game they're called SSRs, the only legendary in the pool is that unit. So if you hit early, and you guys can go watch the latest video on my Etheria channel, I'll link that below, Fasty Gacha. If you go watch over there, you will see I got incredibly lucky on both these banners. And as soon as I hit gold, as soon as I saw the portal turn gold, I knew I got the character I was looking for because no other SSR, no other legendary was even in the summoning pool. So I went in there, I hit early, I hit gold. I was like, boom, that's my Nymphoniel. Let's move over to Batsby. And it was a similar situation. So you know right away, there's no 20% chance that you're going to get the rate up unit. It is a hard 100% chance, full stop. And I think because of this, so many people are sleeping on how this is, in many ways, at least in terms of collection, the most free-to-play friendly gacha I think I've ever played. It's pretty nuts. So you have your 3 weeks of these non-light dark units. There's 2 of them, but you had 6 weeks basically to gear up. You hit probably in your first 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks of the previous banner, and then you have all that remaining time during the rest of that banner and then the light dark banner to start saving again. So many people will hit on like the first or second day, and then you just save for 5.5 weeks or basically 6 weeks. You can see I patiently waited over here a week and a half into the 3 weeks on each of these banners. You can see there's just over 10 days left, and I comfortably hit both, and I'm still sitting on 53 of the summons I need for this kind of banner. In between, we're going to get that light dark banner. These are harder to save, but you can also use hydro crystals for these summons as well. And you can see I'm not in that bad of shape. There's still a week and a half until this is the permanent one, but that we get a rate up for a specific unit. That will be the only unit in the pool, and you need 80 summons at a maximum. I'm at 33. 3,000 hydro crystal is a 10 pull, so effectively I'm at about 55, 58 summons right now. I think I'll definitely make it to 80, not even by the time the banner comes, but by the time the banner ends. And that is the key thing. It lasts 3 freaking weeks. So if when the banner starts, you only have 60 summons and you don't get lucky and you don't hit early, you don't have to worry because you've got 2.5 more weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it is. You're kind of cooking with gas. The other thing that is so friendly, I can't show you right now because there's no light dark banner available, but if we were to look over there, I can use this as an example. You'll see it always shows you in a banner type. So here, this is a non-light dark rate up banner type. You can see your summon record and you can see what has happened. So actually here, I hit Batsby 7 summons ago. So going into the next non-LD rate up that I'm going to go for, I will be 7 already towards that 80. So I'll only be 73 away. With my light dark one, the last one I was saving, I didn't end up going for it because I wasn't going to make it. I wasn't progressed in the game far enough. I did 20 summons on that banner already. So that means for my light dark banner, when the raid up one comes, I only need 60 at a maximum. And I'm already sitting at over 50 if you count my hydro crystals. So it's just really friendly. And that's basically the point of this video. If you want to see some gameplay, I'll have another video tomorrow showing that off. But yeah, I just really wanted to dive into that. So thank you to Etheria Restart for continually sponsoring me all these months. And definitely, guys, if you're interested, just use my link in the description in the top pinned comment. Give the game a shot. Yes, I'm sponsored by the game, but I make so much more content than they have ordered from me, and I play the game every day, which I am in no way required to do. I do that because I love the game. I've been grinding Doki Doki nonstop all day because I love the game. So hopefully you'll love it too. The final thing I want to show you, let's go to my archive. This is my gallery, and you'll just see I have most of the SSRs in this game. I'm missing a couple of the light dark units. So I'm missing Doki Doki, Yeli, and Lilium. And then for the non-light dark units, I am only missing Selins, Lilith, and Jada, and Chloros, and Beyonce. That's it. So in total then, I'm missing 8 SSRs, 8 legendary units, and I have something like 30. So as a full free-to-play, in under 3 months, I have over 75% of the legendaries in this game. That is freaking awesome. There we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.